Hey guys, welcome back to Placemaking Week Festival. I'm joined here by Lara on our beautiful Good Place bench, and it's been a full-on day, I have to say. Been a lot of conversations, a lot of inspiration, ideas to be shared, and that's what we're here for, to pick your brains. So, Lara, over to you. Tell us a bit more about you, yourself, what you do, and what kind of beautiful projects you work on within the realm of placemaking.
So many beautiful projects. What I do, I am from Bureau Brick, and we are with 3 women who work in placemaking and participation. And we work in different areas, from commercial areas, industrial areas, to make sure that the safety there is better and the social cohesion is enhanced, but also in vibrant city areas like the Kanaalstraat in Utrecht, where we are trying to also make the community a little bit more solidified. There are a lot of people working on the streets. It's a really vibrant, nice street, but a lot of the communities are working not with each other, but alongside, so not really in contact with each other. So that's our task, that we got to connect them more.
Right.
What else do we do? In Amersfoort, we're also working on a very nice area, which is now an office area where a lot of inhabitants are coming in. So they're remodeling them to housings.
Right.
And how is it to live in an office area instead of a... So we're transforming that area into more of a living space. Well, still the entrepreneurs that are there are feeling at home as well, because they don't want to be shoved out. They're like, this is our area for a long time, and now there's residents coming in, and we have to give up our parking spaces, for example, for the housing.
Very good.
And how are we going to do that? Yeah.
So there's a lot of question marks and a lot of bits and pieces moving when it comes to making these areas work for so many different communities.
Yeah.
And what does Placemaking Week offer you? Like, what are you looking for during this festival, or has it already brought you something?
What it's bringing me is inspiration about what other people do in other cities with their projects. Sometimes, to get a glimpse of how, what I said, inspiration, how to do your own project. You can use in your own projects, and also share experiences, of course.
And in that whole sharing part with the community, is there something that you sense that you all share? A challenge, or...
Yeah, I think money and organization is a thing that we all share. Well, that was in the main theme yesterday as well. Like, we're in this institutional crisis, and it's all about giving enough credit to the municipalities, and how are we going to deal with the big divisions between the haves and have-nots, and how is public space a beautiful means to bring those groups together. And the philanthropy that was talked about yesterday, I thought it's really nice to see, to lift your own projects up a little bit to a higher scale, and those speeches were really inspiring to me.
So one of the questions on the conversation card is also, like, as a placemaker, say there would not be any restrictions, how would you design a good place?
Yeah, well, I think a good place is, of course, a place where everybody feels at home. But that's such a cliche. So, because I was in a panel discussion earlier, and there was also said, like, there's no such thing as a place where everybody feels at home. So you need to have spaces for different communities where they feel totally at home.
Right.
And at the same time, you need spaces like big squares in the city, for example, that are blank canvases, that can be used from big parties to demonstrations and everything in between. So it really depends on what an area should be used for, or a space should be used for. If you have a smaller space in the middle of a community, then it should be a space that's really accommodating the people living in that community.
Right.
And it could mean that people from another neighborhood wouldn't feel at home. But that's okay, because it maybe wasn't meant for them. So, I think a good placemaking is where the people who are directly involved really feel at home.
Right, because they can bend it or morph it or custom shape it into how they want it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Instead of us thinking how things should be, there should be more room for customization.
Yeah, more room for customization, also for adaptation and listening to what a neighborhood needs, instead of us thinking that every neighborhood wants a garden, a community garden. I think this is something that in a lot of conversation comes up, and I think if you talk to a lot of people, a lot of people want more green in their surroundings, but I don't think that a community garden is an answer to everything. This is just a stupid example, but
no, but it's not the holy grail.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's something you're conscious about in your own work?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so, that I'm always conscious about. Yeah, of course, we are in a creative job, so of course, when you see a neighborhood, then your head keeps spinning like, oh, you could do this or you could do that. But the point is to toss it all on the side and listen to the community, what they want. And of course, you can offer your experience, because that's why you're there, but don't impose it. Don't say, this is the right answer. No, it needs to come from the community.
Earlier today, we had a similar conversation about, say, a community doesn't know, that you still give them options. Maybe give them options to choose from, instead of offering one idea.
Yeah, and that can be a very good idea as well. And that's all, of course, the dilemma, because earlier today we also heard people saying about an area where they made a playground for children, and then the neighborhood was like, no, we don't want it because it gives us parking space. Parking space always. But, and in the end, when the changes were made, people were like, oh, but this is really nice. So yeah, of course, sometimes you need to give something that people don't know they need, but they need. But yeah, you have to be mindful of how you do that, I think.
It's always this thing, huh? Are we answering a need or are we creating a need?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And when it comes to benches, because that's also what we started talking about, what do you think of this bench?
I think it's a very comfortable bench.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would your perfect good place bench look like?
Yeah, well, it's nice. It's a little bit in a circle, so you can easily talk to each other.
Yeah.
I like a little bit green maybe as well.
Okay,
More?
good.
Yeah.
We take on all suggestions.
Yeah. What can we do more? Yeah, don't know. I think it needs to
Color?
I don't mind the color. I think he needs to be part of the surrounding. So, yeah.
Because you do a lot with benches as well in your placemaking work.
We use benches as well as a means to inspire people meeting each other. Yeah.
So maybe one day we can scoop in a good place bench.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That would be nice.
Looking forward to that moment. Lara, thank you so much for your time
Thank you.
For sharing your vision and knowledge about placemaking. And details will be below. So for people seeing this, check out Lara's work. And wishing you a great festival.
Thank you. And you as
Okay.
well.
Ciao.